I think we're live now. Hello, my name is Ala Youssef. I am a client solution developer or a technical consultant at Odoo Dubai. And today I'm going to guide you through the technical consultant onboarding aspect of the partner services that we offer here. First of all, we're going to start talking about the objectives. What are we trying to achieve with those training sessions? What kind of plans we have to offer, and then I will briefly talk about the two plans that we are currently offering. After that, I will give you some time in order to ask me lives, and I will try to answer as many questions as possible. All right, let's start by the objectives. Of course, when it comes to Odoo, when you're developing, you are not going to be writing new pieces of software. You are extending an already existing computer program or a web application if you want. So for that, it is important to build multiple basic abilities before taking relatively complex tasks. So here are the objectives that we have compiled. First of all, we want you to be able to use Odoo SH effectively. So there will be a day dedicated for teaching Odoo SH in one of the programs. In addition to that, we have a theoretical session about how Odoo works under the hood. Since again we're extending a software, we need to understand first how it works. Next, we will have some sessions talking about how to effectively handle development tasks. For example, are those development tasks important? What are the places of the software that we have to extend in order to achieve our end product? In addition to that, there are specific workshops for handling business logic using Python. All of the business logic, everything that is going on the server, is going to be handled using Python. And in addition to that, the client behavior using JavaScript. The client here, of course, it does not mean the customer. It means the web client, the piece of software that is running in the browser, whatever the user is seeing in front of them. In addition to the previous points, we want to learn how to understand and trace existing logic. If there is a function in Odoo, for example, let's say the confirm button in sale orders, where does it go? What does the button do? We hopefully will pick up some skills that will allow us to be able to trace the logic throughout all of the stages. Of course, all of the previous points were building up to those two. How we, after finishing one of the sessions, you will be able to estimate development time related to that training program, and development value, because it's important to estimate the value of the development before going ahead with it. For example, if a client is asking you to develop a feature that already exists in Odoo, it means that the development mission itself does not have a really good value. Let's take an overview for the programs that we have. First of all, each of our programs will contain the following. There are course slides. The course slides will be shared with all of the participants, in addition to handouts, GitHub repositories. The repositories will include examples and solutions for those examples, for example. Of course, there is a dedicated onboarder, and this dedicated onboarder will spend 1.5 hours daily, 4 times a week, of course, with the participants in group sessions. When the course is over, or when the program is over, there will be a certificate of completion, and if you want additional information regarding the timings, the pricing, please contact your account manager. For the teaching methods, it's mostly going to be lectures, because there is, especially for the first few sessions, because there is some theoretical information to cover, but after that we will have a lot of interactive exercises and take-home exercises if the exercises themselves are complex. And of course, whenever we have a chance, I like to add some group discussions within the sessions to see, to get some additional input and to show participants how to get additional input themselves. We of course currently offering two plans: the back-end training and the front-end training. The back-end training contains everything related to the Odoo server itself, the piece of software that is running on Odoo SH or whatever hosting service you're using, and front-end training, anything that has to do with the visuals, anything that has to do with the software that is running in the browser and interacting with the user. And there are, of course, plans for additional programs, but we are not offering those yet. Those are some possible ideas. We could have some advanced reporting training, because the reporting training in the first two programs might not be enough for everyone. There are some more advanced reports, like accounting reports, all of the fancy interactive reports. Those will not be covered in the first two programs, because the first two programs are usually generally beginner friendly. So advanced reporting, infrastructure setup and management, how to host Odoo efficiently, and what kind of resources you need, and of course app specific development. There are some patterns in Odoo that are used in some applications, and quite frankly some of them are complex, so maybe in the future we might be offering some app specific training sessions. So let's begin with the first program, the back-end training program. Of course, in modern software engineering, a backend usually refers to the piece of software that is running on the server. Here in Odoo, we usually run all of the business logic in the server. So I am assuming that this training program will be more popular than the other one, because it includes all of the core information that every Odoo developer should have. It will start with some information about the Odoo architecture, how everything connects together. You will be able to play with business logic. You will be able to modify this business logic, add endpoints, basically custom URLs, for example, for your website, let's say, and of course custom HTML reports. This program will contain 8 use cases. We need to make sure that all participants are applying everything they learn. Therefore, we created a good amount of use cases. And of course, as mentioned before, it's going to be 4 times per week over 1 month. Why did I put these icons here? Because those are the prerequisites of this workshop. People who are attending this workshop, who are willing to participate in those workshops, should have some knowledge about the Linux operating system. We prefer Ubuntu, but any distribution would work. Python. Odoo is built using Python, therefore knowledge of Python is mandatory for Odoo development, really. PostgreSQL. Odoo uses Postgre for handling database tables. So knowing how PostgreSQL works and the basics of SQL itself would have a huge benefit. And this one is not a must, but everyone who knows HTML will have an advantage, especially when it comes to report creation. So what will happen after taking this program, after going through this program? First of all, you will be able to tailor business logic. Let's say you have a client who wants, for example, to make their sale orders confirmable only if certain conditions apply. This is an example where you need to modify existing logic. Let's say you have another let's say you have another client who would like you to create a new application for handling very specific kinds of blockchain, for example, transactions. This does not exist in Odoo yet, so maybe you could add it yourself. Heavily customized reports, of course. We could edit reports using Studio, but sometimes Studio is not flexible enough, or sometimes you would like to have something maintainable, trace some history about the report changes. In that case, a development is needed, and you will learn how to do that in this workshop. And of course, you would be able to create new web pages and create some custom routes in your for your server. This is especially useful for integrating with third-party applications. This is an example schedule. There is a slight flexibility in the schedule. The topics don't have to match the days exactly as they are. But as you can see, it all starts with a plan overview and Odoo architecture, and then the topics get more and more advanced. And of course, towards the middle of the course, there are a lot of case studies. Some of them will be handed or will be assigned to the participants to do at home at their own time, and some of them will be discussed during the sessions, depending on the complexity and the purpose behind each case study. And that's it for the back-end program. Let's move on to the front-end program. Of course, the front-end is basically whatever the client is facing, whatever the user, is facing. Anything that is running in the browser is covered in this program. You will be able to customize the client behavior. Again, the client here is the piece of software running in the browser, not the customer. You will be able to create custom views. Let's say your client would like you to create some sort of a view that does not exist in Odoo. Attending this training will definitely lead you to the correct path for doing that. Custom widgets. Let's say that you want to show the barcode to show a barcode based on the barcode of the product on the product page. You will learn how to do that as well. And of course, our point of sale application, in a sense, is its own application, and it's completely developed in JavaScript. So it will be covered extensively in this workshop. Similar to the previous workshop, this will be conducted 4 times per week over 1 month. And those are the prerequisites: JavaScript, CSS, and HTML, of course. And in addition to that, SCSS is nice to have because Odoo supports it, and it makes development easier sometimes. So, what are the skills that you are going to achieve after attending this workshop? First of all, you will be able to break free from standard views and widgets. If your client wants a heavily customized or a heavily personalized solution, this is the workshop that you would want to attend first. Make the browser do your bidding. There are some features that you cannot do from the server. Let's say, for example, you would like to fetch information about the one of your employees' devices when they access Odoo. You cannot do that from the server. You need to do it from the browser. There are some features in the browser that allows doing that. And of course, fine tailoring the point of sale application. Many clients have their own requirements, and you will not be able to modify the point of sale application without using JavaScript. So all of this will be covered. This is the schedule. Similar to the previous program, we start with the welcoming session, some theory at the very beginning, but for this workshop specifically, there are more frequent case studies. There is a case study almost every day, or at least once in some weeks, I mean. And actually, there are some days dedicated only for the case studies because the front end workshop is more hands-on compared to the previous workshop that has more a little bit more theory. And that's it for today. If you have any questions, I will be reading your comments and I will try to handle each one of them. Do we have any questions? Faisal or Sinai. All right, the workshop. If you want direct timings about the workshops, please contact your account manager. They will give you all of the information you need. How do we attend? Is it paid or free? No, it is. It is a service that we are offering. Contact your for your account manager for information about the pricing. Same, Usama. Please contact the your account manager. No more questions? Usama, please contact the sales team for that. I I am. You have to contact the sales team. I think you will have to get some. You will have to get a subscription as an Odoo partner. Any complimentary trainings for Odoo partners? Hopefully in the future. Is there a training for prerequisites? Sadly not. But the prerequisites are quite simple. They are very well documented online. Maybe in the future we will try to add some small cheat sheets, for example, for the programming languages. But other than that, no, we will not have the dedicated Python workshops, for example. Firas, we will have the course slides, and we will have GitHub repositories with README files, with big README files. Yeah, yes, the Odoo docs do indeed cover the basics, but we will go in depth. We will focus on analytical skills, and we will focus on exercises. And after some of the exercises, the case studies, the participants will get feedback from the onboarder to know what to focus on and what to improve on. So that's the comparison to the docs. All right, I think this is a good point to end this live stream. I hope this was informative for everyone, and have a great day.